Hello, I am Dragon Blitz, and this is going to be a playthrough, a speedrun of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the Adventure Mode Randomizer, which is essentially the max randomized settings that exist with this version of the randomizer. So let's go ahead and get started to it. 3, 2, 1, go. This version of the randomizer, the Adventure Mode, randomizes relics that are required for progression, required for beating the game, into every equipment location that exists in the game. So every item spot where an equipment can normally spawn has the chance to spawn a relic or a progression item as well. So that just changes the way that you need to route through the game. It makes the exploration through the game be a little bit more dependent on where you find those relics and stuff like that. And you basically see every location in the game, which is nice. Here at the start, I'm going to be doing the Prologue Sequence. There's not much to the Prologue Sequence. We're basically trying to kill Dracula as fast as possible using Hydrostorms and possible damage stacking, which you saw there at the very end. I was doing a little bit extra damage with the Hydrostorm by throwing the holy water on the ground after using the Hydrostorm. You want to end with 0 hearts as well because it gives you access to an additional item at the start of the game, and that item is randomized. Same with the starting with the prologue fight with 41 hearts. That gives you an additional item as well. A nice thing about this randomizer as well is that your starting items are randomized as well as your cape color. That's a very nice cape color. I like that one. We're going to be getting right into it at this point. So let's see. I have a fist weapon that 2 hits. Okay, that could be a little troublesome. Fists don't necessarily have the greatest range. Oh, I think that was a critical hit there. Yep. Fist weapons do have a higher chance of getting critical hits. Normally you spawn with like a really powerful sword, so this area is not that scary, but and the randomizer can tend to be a little scary sometimes. Let's see. All the items that you're going to see spawning on the map from breakable walls and such are randomized. So I'm hoping to find some good stuff here. Fire boomerang. Okay, checking my items here. Nothing too crazy at the start. I don't have access to like a library card to skip this cutscene or anything like that, so we're just going to move on. We do have to deal with death. Death takes away our equipment. The equipment in this version of the randomizer as well is randomized in its sprite and name. The only way to really tell what item you have is to check the description of the item, but they are randomized within their proper groupings. So if you see a neutron bomb, for example, that's a use item. The shaman shield is a shield item. So I got some sort of use item and some sort of shield out of that exchange from seeing those 2 items. Adventure mode is basically going to come into play almost immediately here because there was no relic at the Cube of Zoe spot. That is because relics are in any possible equipment location. So starting off the bat, we are going to check a couple of additional things that you wouldn't normally see in a, like even in a normal randomizer, let alone a normal speedrun, which is our additional areas in the alchemy lab. This isn't a possible relic, but it is a possible item, and nothing interesting here. Monster vials aren't that good. So adventure mode expands the total number of checks possible by quite a bit. Whereas I think there's only like 32 total checks. Come on. There's a strat you can do if you can damage boost to move this little box here. There's a little box puzzle you have to do to get up here. This is where a possible relic can be. The relic distribution is pretty random as well in this version. Nothing too interesting. But I will equip that shield now, as well as this platinum mail, just to have extra defense, and I don't need to put anything else on yet. Okay. Nice. Cool. Checking the shield out, it is the Herald Shield, based off of the sprite that I have while holding it. It should have the same attributes as the Herald Shield as well, based off of that sprite, so... Adventure mode sounds overwhelming. It can be, but with a little bit of practice, you start to learn where all the locations are and when to check them and how to check them. I have a decent amount of practice playing this preset, So I have a few like algorithms that I go through of where to check and when to check certain locations. Adventure mode with co-op is a lot of fun. That is true, yes. So here I'm going to be doing my first save. I'm also going to be revisiting the save room if I don't find anything interesting in these next two areas, because there are two possible relics that can spawn here. I do have to wait for this elevator. It's a little bit slow, but whatever. All right, this can be a relic, which is not, but is a item that could be useful. If any of these items are useful, I will keep them and not reset. Okay, nothing here. How good is this sword? It's pretty good. I'll keep it. The amount of time it takes for the elevator to rise up the shaft is a little over 30 seconds, and the amount of time it takes to reset the game and then reload your save is about 30 seconds. So I'm probably only losing about 10 seconds for not doing the save reset strat, but this sword will most likely save me more than 10 seconds in total, because having a sword is usually very, very good. Something with extra range, has the potential to one-hit certain types of enemies that are weak to slash damage as well. Because there are attributes for every single like weapon type in the game. Swords do slash damage, which enemies like the bloody zombies are weak to slash damage. Same with certain other enemies. Actually, the bloody zombies might not actually be weak, but they might resist other types of damage. There's like small differences between the two. Like for example, axe armors, I believe, resist slash damage. That or they're weak to crush type damage. I always forget which, but books are strong versus crush type damage. Which the fist counts as crush type damage, or bludgeoning, I guess is the... I don't know the correct term for it. There's a couple different terms that get thrown around. All right. I'm going to be checking a relic down here through the stairs. Oh, a Vlad relic. Interesting. This is a normal relic location. And it's the Ring of Vlad. Again, we need all 5 Vlad relics, as well as Holy Glasses and Flight in order to finish the seed. So that is the main goal of going through the randomizers. We're looking for all 5 Vlad relics so we can get to the final fight of the game. And we are looking for Holy Glasses as well as some form of Flight. I would like to come back here later once I have the stopwatch sub-weapon, because there is an item check where the Alucard gear room normally is, and you need the stopwatch to get back there. So that actually means that Cube of Zoe, which is normally a relic that allows for sub-weapons to spawn out of candles, is actually a progression relic in this version of the randomizer, which is very rare. That's the only speedrun that I can think of. Yeah, it's the only speedrun type run in this game where Cube of Zoe is actually required for progression. 3 hit here? Okay. In the normal game, like you don't necessarily need Cube of Zoe to beat the game, but it usually just ends up making things faster because you can spawn sub-weapons. So adventure mode speedruns end up being a little unique because of that. Sure, I'll get the life max up. Life max ups you usually kind of want to avoid because the animation of grabbing them is slow. But my stats aren't like amazing right now. I'm also going to be trying to kill as many Axe Knights as possible because they have the random chance to drop a randomized sub-weapon. Because in the vanilla version of the game, they drop the Axe sub-weapon. But if by chance the randomized sub-weapon that they drop is the stopwatch, you can get the stopwatch out of logic that way. Thanks for reminding me of the Jewel Knuckles. That is another item check that I will need to do. I'll do it after fighting Doppelganger right here. Because there is an item after Doppelganger. There's a chance that it's also missed, which would speed up that check a decent amount. All right. Doppelganger fight's pretty easy. He is affected by effect swords, like the fact that there's ice imbued on my sword here. Holy symbol is nice. It'll make some checks a little bit easier. All right, nothing too interesting here. All right, let's go down. This is another. I'll Soul Steal. It's a little bit easier than having to fight that guy. Soul Steal is a very powerful spell. Basically a full screen AoE. Alright. And here is a secret that exists in the game. I don't know how you're supposed to figure this out normally, but you just have to stand here for, I think it's 25 seconds without doing anything. So, great time to just sit here and relax. Enjoy the beautiful music here. Okay, so that's not a relic, but it's a pretty good item. Another duplicator. The duplicator is incredibly rare, by the way. I just want to point that out there. You usually don't find the duplicator in, like, the odds of finding one in a seed is pretty rare. So the fact that I found 2 so far is very, very funny. In the 2 seeds that I've done today. All right, I'm hoping for stopwatch drop here. Nope. Okay, cool. Oh boy, that's awesome. All right. Super happy to have found that duplicator. Nice, nice. This is a fully random seed. The seed name is just like a string of integers, by the way. I did not curate this at all. That's very funny. Ah. But yeah, one of the nice things about this version of the randomizer is you do get to see the majority of the castle. There's more content involved in a playthrough of this version of the randomizer. Echo of Bat. I'll open the elevator now, I guess. That's fine. I was hoping that there'd be an item up there for me to check and possibly like a sellable or something, but never mind. But yeah, because there's a lot more content in this version of the randomizer, this acts as like a nice like upgrade to the normal version of the randomizer because there's a lot more going on in this version. So like having a donation incentive to upgrade the casual randomizer into an adventure mode randomizer where there's just so much more content would be, I believe, a good incentive. All right, into the long library. There's a handful of checks we can do here. I still don't have any like real progression relics yet, anything to give me extra height or to unlock new progression checks for me. There is an equipment item underneath the librarian's chair, so that's where I'm heading right now. Sometimes you do need to open the entrance shortcut, yeah. Life apple. I'll grab it, sure. Life apples are a use item that is only able to be used by the fairy familiar. There's a decent chance that I'll end up using the fairy familiar at some point, because familiars are also a point of progression in this version of the randomizer as well. So I will be picking up familiar cards if I find them. We're specifically looking for the demon or nose demon familiar cards, because those are the ones that allow for you to progress forward. I also don't know how much cash I have yet, because there is possible that there's a relic in the shop that I need to purchase. Nothing here. Hoping I have at least $500, because that's how much the relic normally costs. All right. Can important items spawn in the librarian's chair? No, that is not possible. You can have randomized items, but nothing like a progression item or relic will spawn there.
I'm interested. I'm interested.
Leapstone. Okay, Leapstone gives me access to a double jump and a dive kick, which is great. Is there anything else interesting in the shop? Just checking through right now. Nothing too amazing. Honestly, I'm checking the stats and the attributes right here. There is a chrysogram here. That countless blades of dice as enemies, that is a chrysogram. Doesn't have amazing stats though. And it obviously costs a lot of money. And then as far as anti-venoms, I could grab just to have, or uncurse, both of which would give me some iframes. So, ooh. Anti-venom's probably more useful.
Farewell for now.
Yep. Okay. Are these fire boomerangs? Pretty okay. Okay, so I won't use the duplicator quite yet. Yeah, I'm not going to use the duplicator quite yet because I don't have any super useful single-use items yet. But that's fine. I'm going to be using the leap stone here to dive kick off this book if I can. It can be a little tricky sometimes. There we go. To make it up onto this ledge. This ledge has more items and relic checks for me. Nothing here. Diamond. I might go back to the shop after finding that sellable. I need to know how good it is, though. All right. There are 2 possible relic checks here for me as well. Can I get this dive kick? Yeah. All right. Yeah, you can dive kick off that guy. It saves you a little bit of time moving through this area. There could be a relic back here as well. No. But it's a fire boomerang. I'll grab it. Why not? Interesting. Found a couple of items so far. I'll do a check of all these items once I finish this area. Accidental soul steal. That's how you know you're playing SotN. Because that can't happen sometimes. Would have been nice to not use that soul steal here so I could use some MP on spells to kill that guy, but it's fine. That boss is not too difficult, to be honest, and my equipment's pretty good. Alright, nothing here either. Okay. There's another relic check behind that mist gate, but I need mist in order to get there, so I just have to come back here later. Leapstone opens up a couple of options for me in total. I could go either to the Colosseum from here and check out Auroch's quarters in the Colosseum, or I can go to Castle Keep. Both options are available to me. Castle Keep's a little bit quicker to get to, so I might go there first. I'm going to go back to the shop and see if I can purchase any throwable items with the money that I just got.
What can I do for you?
Not enough.
Farewell for now.
Never mind. We'll move on instead. Yeah, the amount of money that each gem sells for is also randomized. Yeah, Leapstone is also one of the nice relics to find early on because it gives you access to a lot of out-of-logic checks as well by dive kicking off of stuff that you're not normally supposed to be able to reach areas by doing extended dive kicks and stuff. There's really only one viable relic check you can do that way. There's technically 2, but one of them is incredibly hard and random. The other one has some level of consistency behind it. We'll see if we have to do it. I will grab Force of Echo because there's a chance that it can end up being useful later. I already opened the... Yep, okay. All the little dots on the map, by the way, are possible relic checks. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to go to Castle Keep, open the warp, maybe warp back to Outer Wall if I have to, and then go to... Coliseum, probably. I'm going to do some item checks down here. Ooh, this guy. Need him to get out of my way, please. Thank you. But I want to keep him around so I can dive kick off him to grab these items. High potion, perfect. You always want to have a potion available if you have a duplicator, so you can constantly heal yourself, as well as get some extra iframes while doing so. One of the things you're seeing me do here is like slide across the ground. That's a front slide. It's basically what happens when you dive kick into the ground at a very close to the ground, and then let go of all of your inputs before touching the ground. Oh, wow. Randomly spawning Medusa heads. The Castlevania classic right there. But yeah, it's one of the nice ways to get some forward momentum after... Oh, hold on. I wanted to kill all these harpies so I can get to this. I'm going to be cracking open this secret area. 6, 7, 8. There we go. I have to just press these switches a certain number of times. Nice. Drop. There we go. This one I have to press 14 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Want to do that while also avoiding the random spawning Medusa heads. Once you've cracked open this area, there is a potential relic over here, and it is nothing. Perfect. Still have to check it just in case. Okay. Yeah, that's another secret that a lot of people don't know about. I think that's where the sunstone normally is. Oops. Gonna check this item here too as well, behind this breakable wall. Don't need that. These breakable walls have the chance to spawn single-use items, so they're kind of useful, because single-use items, since I have the duplicator, can be quite powerful. Like this flame star could be good. Actually, is it good? Because I might start using my duplicator now, if that's the case. It's pretty good. Then in that case, I'll put on the potion. Increased rare item appearances, and also... This increases my attack, though. Okay. I don't really need additional rare item drops, so that's fine. I'd rather have extra attack. Because that does increase your proficiency with use items as attack. And another thing that's nice about single-use items is you can use them for backdash canceling as well. Let's go up here. Do this item check. Ooh, gravity boots. Perfect. All right, gravity boots gives me access to basically full flight here. One of the things that's nice about gravity boots is it gives you like a large vertical jump. But a thing that a lot of people don't know is that you can only use the jump once unless you also have access to a dive kick. But because I have Leap Stone, I can gain access to a dive kick just by double jumping. So I'll double jump, and now I have infinite uses of the gravity jumps mid-air. And this gives me access to so many checks. This opens up the castle a lot for me. The beginning of most seeds is basically trying to find flight. So now I have access to so much. Gonna open up that secret area. Do some checks up here. See if we find anything good here. Shield potion and nothing else. Okay. It'd be nice to find a mana prism so I could have access to infinite mana. Another useful form of movement here, since I have Leap Stone and Gravity Boots, is I'm going to be doing a lot of dive kicks and gravity jumps in combination with each other. Don't need that. It's a pretty fast form of horizontal movement. This is a familiar card. It's the Bat card. Not one that is useful, unfortunately. This is another throwable. Could be good. Take it for now. Yeah, if you're going through like a large area where you can gravity jump a lot, this is usually a fast form of movement, especially if there's uneven terrain underneath you. I can go through the chapel right now and do some of the chapel checks, I think. It's probably not a bad idea. Or I can go through castle entrance first and then go to the chapel. I think I might do that instead. Yeah, that seems to be a little bit more straightforward. All right, let's do it that way. Because there's extra checks that I left in the alchemy lab as well because I didn't have flight earlier. So we'll do a little bit of backtracking. So we'll go to the castle entrance. The castle entrance warp is available at any point in the game so long as you are able to warp. It's basically always open. But you can't access it until you press the switch from the outside. So the only way to get there for the first time is to use a different warp. I'm going to be using a save split here, so I'm going to save here. If I don't find anything useful, I'll reset the game and come back to this location. How do I enable those dots on the map? It's part of the Relic tracker for this game. Here I'm just going to be dive kicking through the rooms because zombies do randomly spawn here, and I don't want to like get surprised by a zombie spawning on top of me and then flinging me back. Here I'm going to use the iframes from that potion to get through that guy. There we go. Nice. There is what is normally the holy mail up here that I'm going to be checking, and it is not anything important, so we will move on. Just jump over these guys, because this room can get a little laggy with all the potion effects on screen. Yeah, the flame stars are pretty good overall. They have, in the vanilla version of the game, they have a lot of advantages over buffalo stars, but buffalo stars are just better for the final boss. That's why they're used. Because Dracula does resist fire and ice elemental, I believe. Nothing here, so we are going to be doing that soft reset. This saves us time in having to move through the castle. And a lot of people don't know, but you can soft reset in this game very easily. All you have to do is hold the select button and then hold the start button afterwards for about 3 seconds, and then it resets to the title screen. Nice. So there's 2 more checks left here in the alchemy lab that I have to do because I didn't have flight earlier. Let's see if there's anything good. Oops. Okay. This normally has the Skill of Wolf relic here. Ooh, holy glasses. Nice. So that gives me access to the second castle. Which is required for beating the game. So at this point, I have some form of flight, which is Leapstone and Gravity Boots, and now I need to collect all of the Vlad relics, and then we can beat the game. So depending on where we find those Vlad relics, that's going to determine how quickly we're able to beat the game. So there is the possibility for the seed to be very, very fast if I find all the Vlad relics quickly, but more likely than not, we're going to be doing a couple of extra checks before finding all 5 of those Vlad relics. Yeah, I've played Bloodstained before. I prefer SotN though. Alright, nothing here, but I will be moving through this area to get to the Colosseum and the Alrox's quarters. So didn't mean to damage boost there, but that's fine. All right. Pretty good pace overall, though. Having flight at 28 minutes in is nice to have. We've done a decent amount of the first castle that we can do. There's still plenty more, though, to go. We're still looking for stuff like Jewel of Open to open up more of the castle. We're still looking for like gold and silver ring. Right now I only have silver ring. To open up more checks, potentially. Grab those items there. I do have to wait for the statue to move. Yeah, nothing here. So to get into the Colosseum, there's a statue on my left that moves every other minute in-game time. Oh, it did move out of the way. Nice. So I was going upstairs to check that first to see if I found anything interesting in that attic. Nothing really there, but I had to wait there anyway, so I didn't waste as much time. Yeah, the route's been pretty good so far. There's still a chance for me to get trolled in a couple of areas, doing some like extraneous backtracking and stuff like that, but we'll see if I actually have to do some crazy backtracking or not. This has the potential to spawn a relic. It did. Ah, another Vlad relic. Nice. And a javelin. Javelins could be quite good as a offensive throwable. Nice. Yeah, this is a pretty good seed so far. There's still the chance that I get trolled in a couple places, but we'll see. Let's see. Ring of Varda. I don't believe that's actually going to be Ring of Varda, though. Looking through the mist gate there, you could check to see if there's going to be a relic behind the Minotaur and Werewolf fight. There is not. However, there is a possible relic spawn up here. I'm going to check this. Nothing here. So I don't need to fight Minotaur and Werewolf. There is a possible item here as well, I believe. Behind this switch. Nothing. I'll grab it for now, but there's a couple more checks we have to do here in Coliseum before we leave. Ow. Yeah, these skeleton muskets can do a lot of damage. All right, nothing here. There's one more check I have to do. This is on the other side of this room. Here I'm going to be using my potions pretty liberally to refill my HP if I take a lot of damage, as well as nothing here. That was where it was supposed to be. As well as give me some iframes to get through some of these enemies. Every time you use a potion, you are invincible for about a second, so it's very nice for continuing your movement without having to slow down. Now we have some stuff we can check in the chapel, and then after that, actually, it's probably better for me to do Auroch's Quarters and then chapel. Let's do it that way. I'll go this way. There's a couple of different routing ideas you can do here. I usually don't like going to Auroch's Quarters without a transformation because you can't fight Aurochs without having some sort of transformation, but I do need to get the warp that is on the other side of this area, so I'm kind of forced to go this way even though it's not super optimal, but it's fine. It's basically the best thing I can do for now. This room can be a little laggy if you use potions in it, but it's better than having to deal with some of those enemies there. They're very, very powerful. They pack a bit of a punch, so I'd rather be safe going through there than to get comboed and just instantly die, which can happen when you're holding the duplicator. You have to be kind of careful sometimes. There, I enter the room where the warp is, just so it's active when I come back to it. The way that you activate warps in this game is you just have to enter the room once. Oh, baby, that's a library card. Nice. Okay, that opens up a lot of routing options for me. Okay, I just have to not mess up my movement here, please. Let's do it that way. So library cards are great because they teleport you back to the library, and they're a single-use item, but because I have the duplicator, I can use them as many times as I would like, which is nice. Yeah, this game can get a little laggy with a bunch of stuff on screen and like using potions and stuff, but I do use the potion quite liberally just because it's safer than having to deal with possibly running into enemies and stuff. Alright, this has the potential to be a relic. It is not. We'll see if it's a good item, though. Lapis is a equipment item, and equipment items tend to be kind of good. They can either be sellables or they're like actually good. Like they increase your stats or something like that. Alright, we have another relic check coming up here. There's just so many relic checks that exist in adventure mode. They're just like constantly one after the other after the other. And most of the time they're empty because there are only so many relics in the game, but there's like 100-something checks, I think, in total between the two castles in adventure mode, so lots of places to visit. From here, I guess we'll go down, yeah. Check these items over here. There's like 4 or 5 checks on the stairs at the entrance. Yeah, nothing up there. Some sort of food item. Nothing there. So I'm going to be checking basically all the items here on these steps. Come on. See if they're anything good. Could be a little annoying to do these item checks with all these enemies here, but... What is this? Attack potion? Okay. Okay, we have a relic here. Hopefully it's a demon card. Nose Devil, that works too. That gives me access to the, a check in the caverns. Nice. Okay, from here, I guess we only have a handful of relics left for us to check in the first castle, and then we can move on to the second castle. Yeah, with all these extra item checks here in adventure mode, you end up seeing a lot of, like, that stair room is a area of the castle you almost never see in any other speedrun. But because there is the potential for relics to be there, we end up seeing it here in the adventure mode speedrun. Yeah, that is true. Nose Devil is also not originally in Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the vanilla version of the game, but it's... files do exist. Like, it exists in the game, but it's not obtainable in the game normally. So in the randomizer, it's added back in as a potential item. The difference between normal randomizer and adventure mode is the fact that in adventure mode, you can find relics at any equipment location and not just normal relic locations. So there's a lot more places to find relics in this version. It essentially is the maximum randomized setting for the randomizer, because you can find relics almost anywhere. I do need to watch this cutscene, yep. If I've killed Minotaur and Werewolf up to this point, this cutscene doesn't load, but because I haven't defeated Minotaur and Werewolf, there is a cutscene here that I need to skip. Yeah, in the normal randomizer, you only find relics and progression items at other spots where there would normally be relics or progression items. Spirit Orb. Spirit Orb's a relic, but it's literally useless. All it does is let you see how much damage you're doing, but it's a waste of time to go grab it. Alright, we're back here. And we only have access to 1 or 2 more checks, I think, left. Right? No, it's only 1 left. Okay. We'll go check that one real quick, and then from there we'll head to the second castle. Where the second castle will have a ton more checks left. Because it can cause soft locks. The only thing that is ever removed in the randomizer is to avoid possible soft locks, basically. And there are some cutscenes that can cause soft locks. It depends on where you enter the room from and stuff like that. I already have the familiar card that I actually need, so I won't pick up any more. So yeah, here we are, on to the second castle now. 38 minutes in. This is relatively good pace for getting into the second castle. It is a little bit frustrating to enter the second castle with only gravity boots and leapstone, because movement around the second castle can be a little bit difficult without bat, or some other form of flight, like maybe mist and power of mist, but it's not that bad. We'll make do. Axe armor can be useful specifically against Akmadon, because Akmadon can't grab the axe armor. So you essentially have a relatively easy fight versus Akmadon if you have the Axe Armor equipped. But most of the time, Akmadon's a very easy fight regardless, so you don't need it. Alright, so let's go ahead and put on the Holy Glasses. Do I have anything else good here? Sure. This is a ton of strength. Or I could add more defense. I think I might just add the defense for now. Unless I have high potions, so I should be fine. I have a library card, javelin, cross shurikens. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking pretty good. I think I'm fine having 0 defense, I think. Oops. I was waiting for the cutscene to start so I could skip it. There it is. Nice. So with the Holy Glasses, we were able to defeat Shaft, the Shaft orb that was controlling Richter, and now we're on to the second castle. We can move freely between the 2 castles now. Library cards will let us back to the first castle pretty easily. And then we do need to go through this area to get back to the second castle if we move between the castles from there. So. But yeah, second castle, there's a lot more possible relic checks. If I find enough things that open up more checks in the first castle, I might consider going back to the first castle. Nothing here. Okay. We'll head this way because there is a relic check up here. Oh, wow. Oh my god, the dive kick hitbox is a little weak. You're very vulnerable when you do it. I tried to dive kick off of him, but we traded, which is pretty normal, honestly. Nothing up here. So we'll keep moving on. It's probably better. Yeah, I'll do the check up here, grab the warp, and then from here we'll go to the left first, I think. Because no matter what, I'm going to be missing out on a check because I don't have Mist. Mist opens up a couple of checks in the second castle. Nothing here. I will save just for safety. I think what I'll... I don't have like a lot of progression relics right now, so there's a chance I'm going to be leaving some checks behind, and I'll have to come back for them later, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to avoid leaving too many checks behind. Not much I can really do about it right now. I'm just going to be forced to backtrack. This boss has the chance to spawn a relic as well. Nothing though. Alright. Still looking for a mana prism as well. So I'm checking these sprites to see if they are medicine or not. Nothing there. We're coming up on one of the worst rooms of the game and one of the worst relic checks. This is going to take a while, but I will try my best to make it swift. I do need to be careful as well, because this room is pretty dangerous. I would consider it the worst room in the game, because you have infinitely spawning golden Medusa heads, which can stone you. You have these flying blade dudes. Cloaked Knights, I believe, is the official name for them. And you have to break open all of these switches. There it is. And now I have to do it in this room too. Oh, come on. Come on. The patterns are just so incredibly random for all these enemies. Thankfully, I have potions to keep me, like, safe. Come on. And that's the downside of getting hit by the Medusa heads, is these clocks. These gears are turning constantly. So they're going to be pushing you around. Okay. Wanted to be careful there because I lost count of how many times I've clicked it. There we go. And there was nothing important here. Woo! That's the randomizer for you. Oh, no. Let's just get out of here. Okay, that's the worst 2 rooms in the game done. Don't have to come back there. That's nice. Oops. Another accidental spell. Ooh, another Vlad relic. Only missing 2 so far. This has the chance to be a pretty fast seed, all things considered. Okay. This room is a little bit annoying as well, since we don't have transformation or anything like that, so... I am going to open this warp as well, because I will need to come back here once I have missed. Because there's 2 different relic checks that you need missed in order to check here. Come on. I'm going to be bonking my head a lot because you kind of just have to if this is your form of flight here. This terrain is definitely some of the worst terrain for just moving through normally because obviously this room was intended to be used the right side up way, and then when you flip it upside down, it changes how you use it. We're going to be fighting the boss of this area and then moving on. There are some item checks that I could be doing in the library, but I'm going to opt to save those for later once I have missed. I think there's only 2 checks in the library that I could do right now, so I'll just come back there later when I have some more movement options. Nothing here. Perfect. Get up here. All right. And we'll just move on. We do have the warp, so it'll be fast to get back there. Hopefully I find, like, Bat or something on the way before coming back. Bat would be nice since it is the fastest form of movement that I could really get right now. But in the meantime, we're just going to be doing a lot of backdash canceling and dive kicks and stuff. Oops. Yeah, these rooms are honestly very difficult to go through quickly without bats, but it's fine. Yeah, what's up, Deo? Thanks for the good luck. Much appreciated. Yeah, okay. Let's just go... Oh, come on. This is what I was talking about earlier with the movement being awkward without, like, a transformation of some kind. You have to get very particular diagonal gravity jumps to get through certain areas. You have to bonk your head on a lot of stuff and then do, like, aerial double jumps afterwards. That sword hopefully is good. How shall we do this? I think I'll do these checks now. Yes. There's a breakable wall. Oh, that's a mana prism. Nice. How long have I had these glasses? I've had them a while. I just don't always wear them. I've started getting pretty bad headaches recently, so I've been wearing them more often. This room's actually not that bad to get through if you have some form of invincibility to get through these balloon pods. Otherwise, these balloon pods, they do a lot of damage if you touch them. And if you kill them, they explode into like a bunch of different enemies all at once, and it's really annoying. Fire of Bat, unfortunate. That is a relic that I do not need and is essentially useless. Ah, no, I got grabbed by the imp. If the imp grabs you, he takes control of you, and you can't do anything. It's really annoying. Alright. Alright, we have 2 relic checks here that we can do. Do I have anything that's more powerful? Get stronger when bloodied. Perfect. This is one of the better swords of the game. So there's an effect here that increases the damage you do if you use the Dark Metamorphosis spell alongside the sword. Nice. It's one of the more powerful swords in the game. Oh, come on. The lag ate my input, I swear. Usually you just want to use whatever your strongest weapon is in the moment against Doppelganger. Because he's one of the only bosses that has actual iframes. Nothing useful here. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, this seed still has a lot of potential to be good. It also has the potential to be horrible. We're just kind of waiting to see what kind of seed we get. There we go. Yeah, an hour and a half is a very fast adventure seed, since you have to check almost every single item location in the game a lot of the time. Anything under 2 hours, honestly, is pretty good. Anything here? Hey, that's Power of Mist. Not the actual mist itself, but Power of Mist is very useful. It gives you the ability to extend your mist transformation indefinitely, so long as you have the mana to do so. It also lets you fly around with the mist, which is really nice, and you're fully invincible while you're in the mist transformation. So it's just kind of like a nice panic button option, where if you're not sure what's going on, you can just transform into the mist and just stay safe. It's also very nice for certain relic checks as well, like the ability to check the spike breaker location. Sometimes it's nice to use Mist and Power of Mist. Since you're invincible, you won't run into any of the spikes. With that out of the way, we basically just move on from here, yeah. We're looking for the actual Mist transformation. In the meantime, it's pretty unorthodox to actually kill these enemies in this hallway. This hallway is very difficult to deal with. Thankfully, I have pretty powerful weapons to deal with these enemies. Normally, if you have like Wolf and Power of Wolf, you just like run through here really fast. If you have Bat, you wing smash through here, but it's one of the things where having like additional movement options helps speed up certain seeds like a lot. So I'm really hoping to find Bat soon, because that'll open up my movement options by a lot. I believe here, yeah, I'm going to be doing a save split. So I'm going to be doing all of the reverse catacombs, and hopefully, if we find something good, we'll stay. If we don't, we'll reset to that position and then move on from there. This fight should be pretty straightforward. And if we don't, well, we're hoping to find Jewel of Open, probably, I think, as our next progression relic. Ow. He's still not dead yet? Oh, he was close to dead. But yeah, Jewel of Open opens up the caverns and catacombs in the first castle, which we still haven't done yet. Oh. Just a life max up. So nothing important here. Nice. I love these dive kicks. This is a strat that you don't really get to see in normal speedruns either, because normally you have the bat here. But this is an area where dive kicking off of enemies can be quite fast. Nothing here. I want to be full clearing this area, so I don't need to grab the warp for this area either. Oops. Didn't have a double jump in that scenario. Oh, I didn't get the jump there? That can happen sometimes. Where you'll dive kick off of an enemy and not get your actual dive kick jump out. Nothing here. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, we just keep going forward. I was going to save, but it's not really necessary. I shouldn't die since I have the infinite potions. Is this a rando? Yes. I'm playing the adventure mode preset, which randomizes basically every equipment location has the chance to be a progression item or a progression relic, or just any relic. It's essentially the max randomized settings for this game. Like right here has the chance to be a relic, and it is not a relic. I am submitting this to GDQ, yes. It's just a matter of whether they accept it or not. Thanks for the questions, though. Much appreciated. Okay, so we have 2 checks in this area. I'm saving... Oh, I saved over my other save. Oops. But yeah, we have 2 checks here. Ah, Cube of Zoe. I do need that. Perfect. Then me wasting that save didn't matter. Cool. Cube of Zoe is required. Now I'm going to be checking all these candles, hoping for a stopwatch, because I need to find a stopwatch. The stopwatch is required for a possible relic check, so... Alright, we have this guy set up for a infinite. I just need to get to my javelins. Yep, there we go. And now we sit here and wait. He has the most HP in the game, but he will not move from this position because he is in an infinite sunlock. Easy peasy. And that's supposed to be the hardest boss in the game. Lol. Another familiar card, but I don't need it. Okay. Nothing. Yeah, checking all these candles is going to slow me down a tiny bit, but I do need to find the stopwatch. And the stopwatch can be in literally any candle, so... Come on. There is a candle in this room. Let me check it. Nope. In fact, I think what I'm going to do here is put on the javelins because they're more useful for breaking open candles. Oops. Where'd the javelins go? There they are. It's the same amount as vanilla, yes. I don't know the exact number of possible stopwatches either. I think it's like 6 or 7. It's like in the single digits, I'm pretty sure. All right. 5 or 6 per castle, sorry. That's what I was thinking. There's not like a ton, but there are some. Okay, I think I'm going to keep going this way for now. We still haven't found anything like super useful for progression yet, at least until I find a stopwatch. It is guaranteed that you find a stopwatch in a 0 complexity area, which means like an area you can get to without any Vlad relics, or not Vlad relics, but progression relics, to avoid soft locking. So if worse comes to worse, I just have to go to the first castle and just check like every candle in the beginning areas of the game. And again, it's not even guaranteed that there is a relic there, so... And we're really only interested in, like, a couple of progression relics and, like, Vlad relics, really. Alright. Is this gold ring? Okay. So now I have gold and silver ring, so I have something to check when I get back to the first castle. Alright, nothing there. Oops, there's a relic check back here. Okay, Power of Wolf. It's a possible useful relic, but not immediately useful to me. Another possible relic. Hey, we're only missing one more Vlad relic, so this still has the chance to be quite fast. Oh no. Okay, we're fine. So we have a couple of options. We can go back to the first castle at some point. I'm going to finish up everything that I can do in the second castle for now, before moving back to the first castle, because we really haven't unlocked anything too important for a potential trip back to the first castle. All we have open to us is like 2 relic checks, so... And one of those checks isn't even available until I find a stopwatch, so... we'll go this way, right? Yeah, there's nothing else really for us here, because you need Wolf and Bat in order to check the relic that's here, or the potential relic. There's the dodo bird, very rare enemy that you very much never get to see in normal playthrough of this game, at least the speedruns of this game. Nothing here. I'm trying to route out where I want to go from here, but I guess from here we just kind of keep going in a straight line for now. Let's see. There's a couple of checks here. Still looking for that stopwatch as well. Okay. I'll do it this way. Stone sword. That had the chance to be a relic as well. I'll move on. Oops. This should hopefully land me on the platform with the damage boost. Nice. Not the relic I'm looking for, but it's a relic, I guess. All right, here's another potential relic for me to check. Have to fight this boss here first. Nice. Pretty easy fight if you have infinite throwables. If you break off all of his limbs, more flies end up spawning, and you can get in a situation that can be kind of scary, but not too bad. Just a random item. I got it. There's not too much left for us to do here. We'll go this way. Yeah, I'm trying not to break like every single candle that exists in the castle and only the ones that are like convenient to me, because eventually I will find the stopwatch that I'm looking for. Getting through these guys. I'll just play it a little more aggressively, but I'll use my iframes from the potions. There we go. I do have to wait for this statue to move. Yeah, not much else I can do here. These little things down here normally do spawn sub-weapons, but they're randomized to not spawn anything. Essentially, I guess that's the opposite of randomization. They're forced to not spawn anything as a means of preventing Richter speedrunners to find the best sub-weapons without using the randomization options. I'm feeling pretty good, Azure. Thank you for asking. This statue moves and opens every other minute, so I just have to wait for an even minute for it to open. Exclamation mark video explains it a little bit if you're curious. Or exclamation mark vid, sorry. I have a whole video documenting the clock room mechanics in this game. How's adventure going? It's a adventure. But pretty good, honestly. We're only missing one Vlad relic, so. But no movement options, which is to be expected. An hour 27. Yeah. Anything under, honestly, or around an hour and a half is a very good seed for adventure. I'll grab this. I already have Force of Echo. Why not? Just go into the bat skill tree without actually finding bat. Sure, why not? Which route do I want to take? I don't have the thing open, so I think I'm gonna do Coliseum and then come back through Aurochs's quarters, I think, for now. You got the other thing working? Nice. Fantastic. If you're free today, I don't mind trying it out. Like after this run. Or we could still do it tomorrow if that's more convenient for you. We can try today? Perfect. I will Soul Steal. Oh, that opens it with 1 Soul Steal? Most breakable walls require 2. Learned something new today. Spaghetti. Don't need that. Yeah, we'll go this way. There's nothing up there, but instead we are going to go up this way, normally where Graham spawns. Spaghetti's going to be tomorrow. You'll do just fine, I'm sure. I'll go this way, since I have javelins, sure. Alright, not too bad. That boss fight can honestly be a big pain in the butt, so I'm happy I went that way. Don't need that. We're still missing Jewel of Open, which is honestly quite strange. So we'll go through Aurochs's quarters. We're still missing a transformation, too. And then we'll go to Chapel, and then once we're done with Chapel... That's pretty much most everything except for the Cursed Library, which I guess I can do the Cursed Library checks. I was hoping to find Mist before doing them, but it's fine. I'll do those and then Library card out, I think. Back to the first castle. I'll just get through this room that way. Yeah, that's fine. I'll open this for now, and then we'll move on. That was the other seed, Logan, that I did earlier today. Really? Well, I guess I won't know what those items are. It doesn't really matter. I don't really need items right now, to be honest. Yeah, having infinite potions is honestly super nice. I don't really have to worry about dying or anything like that. Nothing. Okay. There's only like a handful of relics left in the second castle, so... And still no stopwatch. Nothing on the stairs, so we just go, yeah, down, check Medusa, and check the possible relic spawn over here. Oops. I should be breaking open these, actually. Because these candles have the chance to be stopwatches. And then, yeah. Nothing. Yeah, I wear glasses if I, just my eyes get sensitive sometimes while staring at screens. What? What was that angle? I thought I was in a good spot. Oh well. Alright, this is my last check, and then I guess I'll warp? Yeah, we'll go warp to Outer Wall, check Cursed Library, and then we'll go to the first castle again. I was really hoping that I would have found at least something in the second castle. Okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I have Heart of Vlad, which makes me immune to these guys. Nice. Definitely don't want to pick that up. It's like the worst sub-weapon. All right. Yep, Cursed Library, then we Library Card, and then we only have 2 Relic Checks available in the second, or back in the first castle. Holy Glasses and, no, wrong one. Holy Glasses and Alucard Room. Bible would put up a good fight for one of the worst. I like Bible a decent amount as far as like utility goes. You can just use it as like a shield around you and then kill weak enemies. Like the infinitely spawning zombies in the entrance. I'll put Bible on and then just backdash through that area. And it gets like the majority of them. Every once in a while, a stray one will hit you and that sucks, but it at least has utility in that aspect where you can just kind of put it on and then backdash through stuff. But still not like perfect by any means. It's definitely low tier. Holy Water is by far and away the best like sub-weapon by like a large margin. It's so good. It does so much damage. Oh yeah, I forgot these guys are basically impossible to kill. This area has some very strong enemies. Alright, this is where one of those checks could have been. Oh, Alucard Shield. That's nice to have. I don't think I have Maulblung or Shield Rod. It's possible that I actually have Maulblung. I would just need to search for it. Alright, this is the last check I have in the second castle. I didn't need to save there. It's fine. Can I find a stopwatch, please? That'd be so nice. Alright, well, nothing in the second castle from here. Use the library card, double checking. That's everything, yep. Yeah, we've reached a bottleneck. All we have left is the Holy Glasses check and Alucard Room, which are both next to each other, so that's kind of nice, but I need to still find the... Let me real quick just check my swords. Slices cleanly through enemies. Oh, that's kind of nice. It's also nice. I have some decent weapons here, but nothing amazing. There's nothing in the shop worth buying at this point, so... Yeah, all I have left is those two, so I need to just break open candles and hope that I find a stopwatch at this point. Because that is required at this point for one of the checks. There has to be a stopwatch somewhere here, though. That is how the logic works. That it has to be somewhere in a low complexity area so I can get to it. Oops. Nothing. All right. I'm really just hoping to find one along the way. There's a lot of breakable candles along the way. Hopefully we find one here. Candle Hunter, that's pretty much where we're at. Come on, I would love to see a stopwatch. I'm getting a little worried, not gonna lie. Not seeing a single stopwatch this whole time is kind of rare. You usually find at least one. Dang. All right, well. Where are you? We'll have to go looking for that stopwatch, but other than that, it's also possible that this is just the progression item I needed. This will likely be a transformation or Jewel of Open. It's technically possible that this is the last Vlad relic, but it's extremely unlikely because every relic needs to be obtainable in every seed, so. That's a transformation. That opens up 2 checks for me. One is All Rocks and the other is Akmadon. So at least I have a direction to go in. With more candles to break along the way, of course. Oh, I just missed the cycle. Well, then in that case, I guess we'll go look for some candles on this side. Because I have to wait for the statue to move anyways. There's a couple of candles over here. Oh, thank God. Let's go. Whew. I was getting a little worried there, not gonna lie. That I was gonna have to find a stopwatch in the middle of nowhere and come back. And I had to wait for the statue to move that whole time, so this is optimal. And there was nothing here anyways. Let's go. So that means yeah, that at least gives me the information that I know that I need to check both, or at least Alrox and Akmadon. So if Alrox gives me another progression item, then I know I'm on the right track. Otherwise, I have to go to the second castle and fight Akmadon, which isn't that bad. Yeah, adventure mode usually ends up, you find you're at a point where you have at least one bottleneck, and this is one of them. Oh yeah, I have Wolf and Power Wolf, so I can start going fast. It could be Jewel of Open, it could be Bat. Bat unlocks a couple of things. It could be Mist as well. Mist also unlocks a couple of things. It could be the last Vlad relic, technically, and that Jewel of Open could be behind Akmadon. That's also an option. There are a handful of options. I'm honestly hoping for Bat here, just for the sake of speeding some things up. But Jewel of Open's not the worst either. Okie doke. Missed. Interesting. Then in that case, let's library card. Where is my library card? I have so much junk in my inventory. This opens up a handful of checks. 3 are in the second castle, 1 right now in the first castle. So I'll check the one that's closest to me right now. Which is this one right here. Already defeated Lesser Demon earlier. Nothing of importance here. So yeah, we need to go back to the second castle. Okay. And then we'll check the 2 checks that I'm missing in the second castle now. At least I have Wolf and Power of Wolf to go a little bit faster. Is an adventure probably too lengthy for GDQ? They've had like 10-hour runs fill slots before, so I don't think there's like a length limit. Maybe 24 hours might be too long, but we'll go this way. This way's faster. Yep, that is true. D the Bat. Is that that is normally what, Alucard Mail? Or Twilight Cloak? I can't remember which. I think it's Alucard Mail. That one does not have a blue door, no. It is the cloak? Dang, I don't know anything about this game. I guess I could go do that, then do Akmadon, or I do the other 2 checks on the other side. The other 2 checks are closer. I'll do a save split actually from here. I'll save split, warp to outer wall, check the 2 checks there, and then if there's nothing important there, then I'll reset here. Yeah, we'll go this way. Oh, come on. Screen transitions can drop your inputs, so that'll happen sometimes. Ah, thanks for reminding me, Dagon. 1 more, 2 more. No, it is one more, because I didn't get the other warp, of course. Oh, I should have gotten the castle entrance warp now that I think about it. This is probably the fastest form of movement through this area, right? Yeah, I think so. It's faster than bonking over and over again. I will not go through the library first. I will do the outer wall check first, and then go into the library after. Because I think backtracking through the library is definitely going to be slower. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Nothing. Ooh, owie. I'll try and use the wolf movement here, but I don't know how easy that's going to be. We'll go this way, actually, because it's more flat terrain. Oops. I do kind of want to keep the stopwatch, but if I lose it, I'm not too mad about it, because it's done its job. This is the Mystery Mire of adventure? Yeah, kind of. That's one way to think about it. You just never want to have to come here, and every time you come here, it's miserable. Speaking of, I need to play A Link to the Past at some point, so I could actually try out the randomizer with knowing kind of what I'm doing. That'll be fun, I'm pretty sure. Alright, let's go. Come on. Nothing. Cool. I'm glad I save split. And the save split's actually pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, we're getting down to the point where one of these has to be Jewel of Open. You know, the inverted library, it's just like enemy spam everywhere. It's pretty tough to get through. Oh, I thought I was gonna aerial reset there. Whatever, it's not that big of a deal. My movement's insane, by the way. This is adventure mode. It's the name in the parentheses at the top. Yeah, we'll Mana Prism now. Inverted Clock Tower is also miserable, yep. Oh my goodness, wow. Yeah, I'll keep the... I'll keep it this way, that's fine. This opens up a couple of areas. I guess I'll check Akmadon while I'm here. And then I'll go from Akmadon back through the chapel to castle entrance, maybe? I don't think there's like a better way to do it. Hour and 30 in to find Bat, no big deal. I've definitely had worse adventure mode seeds though. This one's pretty bad though, all things considered. Outside of the duplicator was nice to have. Yeah, it's just this and then the barrel circlet check. Because Bat and Wolf unlock the barrel circlet check. Oh, that was supposed to be a Bat dive. Whatever. Sure. Gas cloud's nice to have. You know what else I will do, though? Because I'm scared of dying. I'll do that. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that, but it's fine. Alright, I just gotta be careful with the lag. Do not drop any inputs. Not bad. Relics can be at any equipment location. Barring, I think there's like 2 equipment locations that don't actually have... Oh, gosh darn it. Gee willikers. Okay. Cannot go this way. It's very rare that you don't have at least Jewel of Open from here. I can go the other way around, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I can go this way. And then I'll just go through the alchemy lab the other way. Or actually, I can do Forbidden Route. Yeah, we'll go do a Forbidden Route. The inverted Forbidden Route, too. This is so fun to watch. Nice. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I'm having a pretty good time, honestly. This is, you know, it's an excuse to play through a pretty long session of SotN. There's not, like, usually a ton of good excuses to have long sessions for this game. Usually you just beat the game in, like, even in any given randomizer, way faster than an hour and a half. We're going the inverted Forbidden Route. This is such a rare sighting. The only time you ever come here in any speedrun is if you're doing the 200.6% speedrun, where you collect every map tile in the game. Yeah, people have been very generous as of late, especially during the partner celebration / announcement that I got partnered. A lot of people were very generous, and I'm very grateful for it. Well, this area is actually kind of fun to go through when you have all of your movement options. Yeah, Medusa heads do spawn there. It's like such a rare area to go through, even in like a casual playthrough, that there's just a lot of stuff about that area that like a lot of people don't remember or don't really know all that well. All right, here comes one of the weirder relic spawns. I did this the wrong order. It's fine. You have to make sure you go through one side as Bat, the other side as Wolf. There's a way to do it where you transform in the middle, but... Wow, Jewel of Open was here? That's crazy. This doesn't open up anything in the second castle, but it does open up a few things in the first castle, so let's go back there. Yep. Oh, Randomizer, being Randomizer. My guess for the last Vlad relic now is that it's probably going to be at the one time for the one. Imagine. Okay, never mind. It's probably going to be at Ring of Ares is my guess, because that seems to be the higher complexity area that I can do right now. And I think the max complexity or the minimum complexity is like at least 6 or 7 in adventure mode. But yeah, to the mines and caverns we go. Because that's all we have left, really, yeah. Sub 2 depends on how quickly I find the last Vlad relic. There's a chance that this is a 2.5 hour seed, which to be honest is pretty average. 2.5 is like the high end for adventure seeds. It's all going to be determined by how quickly I find the last Vlad relic. I do have infinite mana prisms and bat now, which is going to speed things up considerably. But pretty much it could be anywhere in the mines or caverns now, I'm pretty sure. So I have to check basically everything. That's fast. It's like the first thing I checked. Okay. So yeah, this is going to be sub 2, obviously. I thought it was going to be Ring of Ares. Wow. Pleasantly surprised. All right, that's all 5 Vlad relics, so we can go ahead and head on over to the very end of the game. Yeah, adventure mode does have pretty high variance, all things considered, for like its average completion time. I would say is probably around 2 hours. So this is above average. 2.5 is like the worst case scenario. Never really fast any slower than that, honestly. So not bad, not bad. But yeah, this whole ending sequence is just going to be me getting back to the second castle, getting to the inverted clock room, and beating the game. So yeah, this seed had potential to be really, really bad. The middle part was a little backtracky, but that's adventure mode for you. You kind of have to backtrack in adventure mode a couple of times at least. I just had some pretty bad backtracking sections overall. I got pretty lucky finding the stopwatch when I did. But also kind of unlucky at the same time, because I probably broke like close to 100 candles before actually finding it, so I think it was like a little below average, honestly, in like candle density. That's an interesting question. Would I consider this close to playing the game through the original game for the first time? Not really, because this requires a lot of knowledge, and that's nowhere, like, I wouldn't consider it like that, but it is a fun experience in and of itself. If you haven't tried an adventure mode seed before, I would recommend it. At least once. It's one of those things that you like to do every once in a while. I wouldn't do this like every day. Adventure mode seeds can drag on if you do them a lot, but they're fun. You get to see parts of the castle that you don't really get to see otherwise. So in that aspect, it's kind of like playing the game for the first time, because you get to see like areas that you really only get to see in a casual playthrough. Oh yeah. Gem Farmer is the one you're looking for. That's funny. Gem Farmer was a lot of fun, honestly. I unironically enjoyed Gem Farmer enough to grind out a sub-hour, I think, in it. Did I ever get that sub-hour? I think I did. At least I considered grinding out sub-hour. Where are my throwables? Is this Balkan knife any good? It's okay. Javelin's a little better, though. Cross Shuriken is also better. Okay. All right. Not bad, not bad. Rip the sub 145, but, you know, it's not too bad. Yeah, anything under sub 2 hours is definitely a good adventure mode seed. Honestly, I would consider this more on par with like how other games do their randomizers. Because most other games, their time, by the way, their randomizers are much more similar to this, where it's progression is tied to like every possible like location of items or whatever. Like that's how like Super Metroid does it. That's kind of how A Link to the Past does it. Where SotN, the normal randomizer is based off of only progression relics and like normal relic locations. This obviously opens it up to almost anything, so it becomes more in line with other randomizers that way. But yeah. Oh, thank you so much for that. Good luck on getting into GDQ. Thank you, much appreciated.
Tell me what.
Yeah.
What world?
I guess subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't done so already. Blah blah blah, all that fun stuff. Thank you and goodbye.
If you cannot live with